Well, this here is the next project. Now, I've been working on that Dodge a fair bit, Plymouth, sorry, it's Plymouth. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking about this 56 wagon. And I want to take a little break from the Mopar stuff and at least kind of put my eyes on this thing, see what it's going to need, make a list of parts. I blindly ordered a bunch of parts already. But I figured I'd show you guys the car. You know, it's another Tri-5, which I just absolutely friggin' love. So it's 56, 210, 4-door wagon, which is exactly what I was looking for. I've been looking for a Tri-5 wagon, 4-door, for years now. So me and Danielle can go on some road trips, take the dogs, maybe tow something. Whatever we got to do, and do it in an old hot rod. The story of this one is funny. I was actually looking for a set of, well, there's a set of headers for sale, Tri-5 headers, so if there's a Tri-5 thing for sale, and it's a good price, I go buy it. Went and met the guy. He says, oh yeah, what's going on, this and that. We started talking like usual. I said, oh yeah, I got 4, 5, 6 these Tri-5s. He goes, well, I got a Tri-5 for sale. Oh yeah, what is it? 56 Chevy wagon. Well, an hour later I owned it. So I got about $1,000 in this thing. It is rough. Which, what in my life isn't? I can't afford anything nice, we all know that. But I thought we'd give it a quick once over, see what it's going to need, show you what my plans are, what I've already snagged up for parts. And you guys put in the comments what exactly you think I should do with this thing, and maybe your impression. I think you already know mine. I'm pretty easy to read. I'll show you it. I got a few funny ideas for the motor and the driveline, and we'll go from there. So if that's something you're interested in, if you want to see this thing get built and put back on the road in the first time in who knows how many years, no license plate, there's no paperwork with the car, it was just as is, where is, no warranty, make sure you click that subscribe button, and yeah, buckle yourself in, because it's going to be a wild ride. So first things first, I personally just love the way this thing looks with the original patina and the original paint and the way it was just left under trees for years. So my vote, keep it exactly as it is and do as little work to it as possible on the body, fix the rust, and drive it. Now I know that's a real shock to you guys, because typically I'm fixing things up so nice and mint and re-chroming everything, and no. So the issues we're gonna have. The tailgate's pretty hammered. I don't know what happened in there. They tried to open it with an axe or something like that. But realistically, it's solid. The roof's good. The doors are all good right down the bottom. Tri-5 wagons, you'll notice there's no little kind of hump in the V of the quarter panel. So the rear doors are unique to wagons and they're good. All the trim is there. So like I said, it's a 210. So all the weird trim, which you can't find for the wagon stuff, is all there, which is nice. It's got all the taillights and stuff. I have a set of headlights. I bought a bunch of 56 stuff randomly not too long ago. So I've got the trim across the hood. I got, you know, eyebrows and stuff like that. All that I have. I don't have a set of front bumperettes, but what are you going to do? To address the rust, this one fender's just starting to have a couple little pinholes. Looks like someone tried to get the antenna out with a sawzall or a hammer. It's got a big dent on both bottoms of the fenders for some reason. Moved with a skid steer at some point in its life, I'm sure. This fender is a little rusty at the bottom. We can probably fix that, and again, it's just woo! I don't know what happened there. So that's kind of first impression. The rockers, they are rusty on both sides. This side's rusty. That side was cut out at the back for some reason, which is strange to me. Inside, ugh, sure I haven't cleaned this thing yet. Surprise, 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 surprise. Let's say it right. There's shingles for floors. So there's not much left. It's gonna need floors, which I've ordered a full floor pan. I don't even know what this thing looks like, how far, oh man. Oh wow, it's bad way up front. These toe boards and everything. This car's rough. But I have a full floor coming for it. I ordered full 4-door rockers, so they'll be coming as well. Like, look, there's just nothing here. But, I mean, the floors will cover all that. Wow, look at all that junk in there. Whew. But it has the seat, it has everything there, which is nice. So we can fix all that. That's no big deal. So rockers, floors, tailgate, and front fenders are both the only real body work I think I want to do to it. I love the color, I love the two-tone, I love the rust and all that. I love everything about it. So that's where I think we should go on the body. That's my personal opinion. Leave a comment what you guys think. I don't know, it'll be a lot of work to bring it back nice. And, I mean, ultimately just is a 4-door wagon. Right? Look at all these parts. Now, I ordered a bunch of these parts before I even had this car, because I love Tri-5 stuff, and you never keep it in stock. So, I ordered a one-piece carpet kit, black, front to back. This will cover a wagon as well. This is a bag of body bushings and hardware, which will go with the one-piece floor. 2 boxes from Rock Auto. I think I spent $600 or $700 from Rock Auto, which included the carpet. That's where that came from as well. We got all new shocks, rear brakes. I got wheel cylinders. I got everything except for drums on the rear. Up front, we got every bushing. We got upper lower control arms, inner outer tie rods, everything in the steering, everything. Every single thing you can do. I bought e-brake cables front to back. What else? I think that's what I got. Now, Tri-5 stuff is expensive. These ball joints they're like 30 or 40 bucks a piece on Rock Auto. It's Canadian dollars. They're double that at the parts store for some reason. So I don't know if it's just where I am or if that's everywhere, but Tri-5 stuff is pricey. I got AC Delco ball joints, uppers and lowers, and control arm bushings, and then everything else was Moog. All the steering stuff was all Moog. So that's that. Brakes. You know, a wagon with a bunch of power and all that, it needs good brakes. So I upgraded to a set of front discs. This is a kit from Speedway. I put on a bunch of different hot rods. So these are actually, they sent these by accident. They're drilled and slotted rotors. So it'll have that. It'll have new wheel bearings, because Tri-5s have ball bearing wheel bearings. So this has your standard tapered jobbies, which then upgrades this to like, it's like, you know, Chevelle A-body style calipers and all that in the front. So that's what we're going to do mechanically to it. Anywho, interior wise, now this thing is, I think it was a parts car at some point. It's missing a bunch of weird stuff. The column, for instance, is just sitting there. It's missing a bunch of the stuff out of the dash. The turn signal switch and all that's missing. So I'm probably gonna end up ordering a full wiring harness for the car, just a Speedway kit. Luckily, being a 56, they're the same as 55s, and I have a bunch of 55 stuff, so I should be able to make everything work, which is good. I'm going to pull the seats. The seats are all there, but as you see, I don't want to get too close to them. They're gross. I'll be ripping those out. And I'm thinking the front and back seat, I might have them reupholstered, just in black vinyl or something like that. The door panels and everything, they're original, but actually not bad. And it's cool, so like the seat will flip forward, that flips down, and you got the whole deal. Now it's not a, I guess they would have had like a 8-passenger, I don't know what it was. Like it has the front row, back row, and then there would have been one where the seat would actually flip backwards, and you could look out the back. I believe. I'm not 100% on that. This car is not that anyways, but still cool anyways. I mean, we'll be able to roll in the front, and the dogs can be in the back. We'll be golden. This is a bit tricky to open because it's all seized up, but I'll get this open. We can look in the back as well. All right, we got it opened up. Everything is so friggin' stiff. I don't want to bend or break anything more than I have to. So Tri-5 wagons are different than a regular sedan. It's got this big, deep wheel well for the spare tire, which is actually in really nice shape. It had this piece of plywood for a floor, which I assume must have hinges. It just came right out. And can't really sit on that. Oil bath air filters, filter, I guess. The hood springs, which is actually nice, and the battery tray, because that was all missing. The hood's just sitting on it. We'll get the hood off and look in there real quick after. But there you go. So I'm hoping that can all come out. It looks solid when I could crawl under it. Again, it was in a snowbank when I bought it. But the wheel well looks good. All in here looks good. Needs to be cleaned up for sure. But it's all there. And actually the top of the gate looks pretty decent. Like I said, the bottom, yeah, it's pretty beat up. It's a little rusty on the bottoms here. So this is going to be, I think, the most work. And probably hard to find. You couldn't even just replace them if you wanted to. And trying to maintain the kind of color and overall look of it is pretty key, I think, in the look of this car. I just love it. I mean, a couple of surfboards on top maybe or something. I don't know. All right, let's get the hood up and I'll show you what's under there and what I'm thinking should go there. So you got the hood gently nestled in the corner there. I don't think that's the original hood. It looks like it's a bunch of white and stuff, so it's definitely not factory of the car, but it kind of suits it. Now let me start by saying I did buy an LS motor, and the smart move would be LS, overdrive, nice cruiser, good fuel mileage, all those things, right? So let me know what you think of that. I don't know. Is it the right way? Is it not? I'm not too sure. Anyways, everything's been stripped, unfortunately. I'm going to have to do some research and stuff. It's got no blower motor, no fan controls, no nothing. All the wiring's been stripped out. The master cylinder is gone. Everything. Now, it does have the core support in place still. Has not been cut. If you look, it's got a radiator in the V8 position. And it's got a clutch and linkage. So at some point, I haven't run any of the numbers on this thing, actually. I should probably do that. It was obviously a V8 car with a standard shift transmission. Probably column shift. That's probably why the column and all that is missing, I assume anyways. It went in another car. I don't have a radiator yet. I'll have to be looking for one of those. Otherwise, everything, like the shocks are missing out of it. It's weird. It's all very, very original. All the ball joints are still riveted in, so they haven't been touched. Nothing that's messed with. Everything is just there. It is what it is. Still has the factory rear motor mount, transmission mount in it. It has the old school front mounts for the original V8. So, I mean, this was a pretty unmolested car till it all got ripped apart, but the floors rotted out of it. So, again, we have all the stuff to fix that. We just got to decide what goes right here, this spot. We got to decide what we should put in there. So, like I said, when I bought this thing, I was originally thinking, oh yeah, LS all the way. Put a Holley Terminator kit in it, overdrive transmission. This thing will sail on the highway and just be great on fuel. And if I want to tow something, have all the power in the world and all that. Then a buddy of mine says, hey, I got an old motor out of my jet boat. Is that something you might be interested in? Well, yeah, it was. So now I'm thinking, instead of being what everybody would expect and want and be good on the highway and good for power tour and all those things, we're going to go a different direction maybe. And you know who I got to thank for this? Or maybe say it's your fault. Anybody who signed up for the members, you guys, those few extra bucks, I spent it. I mean, I'm not no savings account here, but that check came in and I spent her on a motor. Now, whether it's going in this or something else, I don't know. And honestly, maybe I should put it up to the members. If you're a member there, let me know for sure. Reach out by email or leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. Because this is what I spent the first check on. Ready for this? Big block Chevy. I mean, I know that's, kind of my deal. I love these things. But this powered an old jet boat. And so it's 454. It's got 781 heads on it. It's got a cam in it, a Lunati, I have the specs somewhere, cam. But, of course, what everybody wants to see is the top half. So this has I mean, not I guess maybe not a rare intake manifold, but they're definitely hard to find. I mean, I've been lots of tunnel rams, lots of cast ones, but a polished Edelbrock one with twin hollies on top, and I mean, it's got a bug catcher, guys. If this doesn't sell a motor, I don't know what does. So now this is the conundrum I have. How cool would this motor look in this car? Now I have a line on overdrive transmission. Still has the factory rear end, so that'll probably need to be changed. But a big block, dual quads with a bug catcher, sticking up nice and high. That'd be cool on power tour, right? Be a little rough on fuel and all that sort of stuff, but hey, maybe I can try and get fuel injection on it, or who knows, but I don't know how much money I want to spend on this thing. Like I said, I'm $1,000 into the car. I'm $1,000 into all suspension and brakes, another $1,000 into the floors, and then I think I got $300 or $400 worth of rockers. I might have bought brows. Stuff's still coming. So we're like $3,000-4,000 in this thing. We haven't turned a wrench on it yet. So that's always good. Then we got interior and stuff like that. I honestly think I can have this thing running and driving down the road for $5,000 or $6,000. Now the wild card being the driveline, I did spend money on this. I did spend money on another LS motor. I don't know. Comment below. What do you think? Is it the right amount of ridiculous, or should it be in something else? God, do I love big blocks with tunnel rams and bug catchers. All right, well, I got it all back together. Load all the parts in the back. I mean, it's kind of like having a truck. You can just shove everything in the wagon. All your problems now are in there. Put the hood back on, stuff. I think, you know, this is just kind of an update video of what we're going to do. I'm going to start tearing into this thing tomorrow. So you should expect to see a few of these videos coming up right away. Hopefully that's something you're into. Be pulling the interior out, seeing what the floors are like, getting the seats out, get all the most turds, all that fun stuff. Put it up in the air, get under it, see exactly what it's like, and kind of go from there. Hopefully you guys are into the patina look as well. I mean, I know you probably want something painted nice eventually. Maybe I'll get to it. The problem is, we're working on a bigger shop. We're trying to find one, and bodywork takes time. And you know what? It makes for a bunch of boring videos for you guys, and it's not fun for me. And right now I can only work on one car at a time. So I'd love to paint a car completely, but I think I need a bigger shop for that, and we're working at it diligently. Except for I keep spending money on motors instead of down payments on shops. But you know what? I have an addiction, and I can admit to it. So that's the way I think she's gonna go. I really I mean, come on. Do you not think that would look good in there? Either no hood or big hole in the hood, sticking right through, be like a Mad Max style, gasser-esque, you know, kind of 56 Chevy wagon? I don't know. The motor was a few dollars, I'm not gonna lie. An LS motor is definitely cheaper, but with an LS motor, you're into it for a fuel tank, fuel system, the whole deal. The Holley Terminator kit, all the electronics. I know there's a lot of cheap ways to do it, don't get me wrong. I love the way I built Danny's car. That's 57 Chevy, if you're new here. 6 liter, it's got turbo 350, and we put the Terminator kit on it, and I bought the proper headers, the proper dirty dingo mounts, an air motive fuel tank, and it just works, and it's so nice. And so that was a few bucks. But I think if that's the way we go, it'll be expensive. So if I have this, maybe I can invest the same amount of money into a 4L80 or a 700R or something like that, transmission for overdrive, and I mean, it's just a big block Chevy. How bad can it be on fuel? Anyways, thank you very much for watching, everyone who's here. If you haven't subscribed already, do me a favor and do that. If you're a member and you're part owner in this, thank you very much. You guys absolutely rock. But that's it for me. I'm gonna go in, have a little break, and hit this thing hard tomorrow. Try 5 wagon stuff. Tell your friends.